Welcome to Upstate Eats. I'm your host, Katrina Lee.
And I'm David Hughes.
And we have a really great show planned ahead. Happy April Fool's Day.
Absolutely. Actually, nature played a fool on us, didn't it?
I know. Yeah, it was very confusing on the weather. So.
Oh my God, I was out in Greece. It was like a blizzard.
Yeah, I couldn't see, and then I was calling Gary. I'm like, I don't even know what's going to happen yet. And then we go wait till 6, and it was completely clear, sun shining, freezing outside, but the sun was shining.
So cold. Yep. So it's April Fool today.
Did you manage to pull off a stunt, or did your kids get you at all?
No, actually, my kids didn't get me because it's Easter break, and they both vacated the house.
Oh, that's
my April Fool was I got to pet my dog in front of the fireplace and have peace.
Very, very nice.
That's a fool on everybody else out there.
So I go all out for April Fool's Day, like all out, above and beyond, and I wait till it's the right time, and So the one year my sister thought an animal was living in the wall, which actually turned out to be squirrels living in the walls. But
is that why your house was rebuilt?
Yeah, it was actually. And so she kept saying that. So she went to a wine tour, and I went to Tennessee, and I came back, and I had a coonskin hat with like the face, and I flipped it upside down like I was gonna jump at her, and I put it in her fridge. And I didn't tell her, and I just sat there patiently waiting, and she came in from the wine tour, and she opened the fridge, screamed at the top of her lungs, and dropped the wine because of the animal. She thought the animal got out of the walls and was in her fridge.
No, that's actually real around my house. My it's rat season. My dog's a hunting dog, so just like a cat. Like the other day, she like pranced in with a rat. Like, look how proud I am of my get the hell out of the house.
Right. So this year, this is what I had planned. So I didn't know you can buy duck heads, like dried out duck heads for dogs to eat.
Really?
And I've been in a lot of pet stores, and I never saw it. And then this one, the Notorious DOG and Clarence, they had weird stuff, body parts of animals for dogs. I never seen stuff like this, and like a whole trachea, and so I bought the head. I thought I'd use it for April Fool's Day as a joke. I actually was going to convince you to make something, or I was going to bring and say you made it and stuck the duck head, and it was going to go to Gary on our show because he's so picky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks a lot. Yep.
Or I was going to have it where my dog walked in the house with the duck head, and then my mom sat there wondering, where did this duck come from? Like just ripping through the yard, searching, and that would have been funny too.
Yeah.
And then I was getting it my sister, but she's got all the Ring cameras. It's too complicated, and then I was trying to figure out how I could slingshot the duck heads into her yard from like going around.
Wait, haven't you watched Mission Impossible? Come on, you could go through the lasers and stuff. Come on.
I had it all planned, but then she'd know it was me. So yeah, that was an interesting find at the dog store, really.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I was just thinking for my dog, she like absolutely just like loves to disembowel things. I was talking to Gary about chitlins last time. Oh, that's the duck head right there.
We'll post it later.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can just go over to Doc Wow. They're absolutely delicious. The fried ducks with the heads on them, fantastic. No, they really are.
All right. Yeah. I don't know if I could try it. But my dog really, really, really wanted the head. So.
And did you let the doggy have it?
No.
No. Why?
No, they were afraid he was going to choke on it.
Yeah, the bones, very, very small bones. I'm surprised they sell those.
I was like, I said it was a lot of various animal heads. And,
and like tracheas have a lot of small bones.
Yeah, it was,
That's I mean.
It was in a nice area of Clarence as an upscale boutique.
Okay.
So it was just surprising to see that. Well, they didn't really have any cute small dog clothes or anything you would think of in a boutique that I wanted to buy, but
yeah, absolutely.
I bought a duck head instead.
I like Chewy.com for that.
Yeah, we buy a lot of that stuff. So.
Well, my dog Layla, she's a Patterdale Terrier, so she's about 36 pounds. And so the first time we ever bought clothes for her, we didn't know what size she was, right? So we're like, oh, well, she's like a medium-sized dog. So we got a medium, tiny for her.
No, yeah.
She ends up, she's an extra large because I asked the lady finally, because Chewy.com's great. If it doesn't fit her or something, they're like, donate it, we'll send you something else. And after like 3 times, I felt like really guilty. And I'm like, well, why is my dog, who's just a smaller dog, because she's like, big dogs don't wear clothes.
No, that's right. I'm actually starting a T-shirt company, and it's going to be a lot of dog clothing.
Yeah.
And they go up to dog size 6X if you're a bigger dog. But, like, if you're an actual medium-sized dog of, like, 40 pounds, your dog's an extra large.
Yeah, because, I mean...
2XL.
dude, if I'm a German Shepherd, man, I want a nice freaking sweater, you know?
No, I agree, and they don't have cute options, but...
Yeah.
We are going to have that on one show. I've been making a lot of dog food and treats, so we're going to have like a little chef one on that.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Do a taste test.
We will. Gary volunteers. It'll be all organic, homemade. It's not actually dog food. It won't be horse meat or anything shocking.
How did I become the guinea pig of the show?
Because Gary, you're the producer. You got to do anything to keep the show going, dude.
He makes it easy. Yeah. He really does. He's like, pick on me. Make me try this.
I mean, have you ever...
I like watching him squirm.
You ever seen dogs, what they'll do for pepperoni?
Oh, my God. My dogs love it.
Okay, did you taste it? Because I tasted it.
No, but
it's okay. It's
I didn't
okay.
Try pepperoni.
Yeah,
I tried these oatmeal cookies that looked like real cookies that were a little more expensive. Those were good.
Those were good. Yeah. See, I mean, sometimes I did taste the pepperoni. It's lower in salt. That's good. It's a little sawdusty, but I was like, why are dogs going nuts about this? I'll admit it. I'm like, let me taste it.
Yeah. No, some of the new organic ones and everything people are making are.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good.
Exactly.
Like my dad makes these like pumpkin soft cookies for him, and then he eat some.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, Layla, she just basically gets anything that I make at home. She gets a portion of it. It's so funny because we have this old table. It's in our kitchen. We have a dining room too, but it's got a bench seat in the back. So the two kids sit down and Layla will pop up right in the middle. Oh,
that's
like,
cute.
Hey, what's for me?
So I noticed there's some new law, and you want to talk about it a little bit.
Well,
enough. We're gonna cover it.
Yeah, we have
next
another
week in
show coming up.
Huge episode. Yeah.
But actually, the new legalization law was yesterday, and of course, for legalization day, I'm not saying that I did anything, just to celebrate legalization day.
I think everyone celebrates.
I mean, where did you go? I went to Dogtown. I absolutely went to Dogtown.
Did you get dogs or did you get a plate?
Okay, so my favorite thing there is the St. Bernard.
Okay.
Look, you get a plate anywhere. You go to Dogtown for the dogs. Yeah. And so the St. Bernard has sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, and mustard. But I get it with a Polish sausage. And oh my God, it was like heaven. It's absolute heaven. A lot of their dogs are really good there. Their hot sauce is different. Have you guys been there to Dogtown on Monroe Avenue?
I actually despise hot dogs, but I'm sure Gary has.
I have, and it's an immaculate. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The
like clean
Katrina
when you say immaculate?
No, we're talking about the food.
The food, it's perfect. It's absolutely
dog stand, babe.
If you want a hot dog, that's where you got to go.
Yeah.
And Katrina would love the idea. You go in there and you pick out the dog, and it's just unbelievable.
No, I'll have to check it out. I like ideas and theories. I just if it's a turkey dog, I could do it.
Well, yeah, they have
Italian sausage. They have Polish sausage.
They have Polish sausage. They have Italian sausage, and they also have it's slipping my mind. The Cajun sausage, andouille.
That would be different. Yeah, okay, that sounds better.
And they have their own menu of different dogs, like a Rhodesian.
Wow. See, I was thinking like Ted's hot dogs, which is good and everyone likes it, but it's very basic. Like this is what you get. That's it. Yeah. And then every time, obviously I've had family and different people always like to go. Ted's a staple. I would just get the chicken sandwich with like no mayo, dry.
You're like my daughter Lily. Come on, stop it. No, but I think that I get the Polish sausage like that because it reminds me of what a roach cart is, right? The street carts that they cook stuff out on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my wife calls them a roach cart. I never do it. I call them street carts. But you get the Polish sausage there. They grill it up. It's good.
I know they're always by like downtown at their little offices and stuff.
Yeah, and I absolutely miss them so much. And they're going to be coming back pretty soon.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely. That's what we talked about that one time a couple weeks ago. That's life coming back to the world finally. But anyway, so then today, and I'm not saying I did anything in terms of any kind of law, is we had Adam Hamilton on the other day a couple weeks ago from Poke Sushi, and he's opened up and he's absolutely jamming already. He did find a great location, but we went there today and it was it's fantastic. Adam's been around town for so long, and sushi's one of my favorite things just to eat. Especially with the new law. And so we went in, and I had actually, first of all, the shrimp tempura rolls are fantastic. This is a great time of year for shrimp, too. It's very, very clean, and the shrimp is very good. We had a spider roll. He actually ran a special. It was deep-fried Spam sushi. It was really...
That sounds disgusting.
It was delicious. It was so good. It was tempura Spam, and it's wrapped in a roll. It was delicious. It had a little bit of eel sauce on it. Oh my God! Speaking of eel,
I don't know if I could get into Spam no matter what. I know it's like a trend, and then all these people who thought it was cool back in the day had cooking with Spam, and it was like this whole thing. And Spam in a can, jokes and all that. But I was forced to eat it a lot by my grandma when she watched us, and like just despised it, along with these steakums that were like nothing.
Steakums are terrible.
They were terrible. And then so the thought of having to eat that, I don't understand.
In defense of Spam, so the Spam was designed for the U.S. military during the war period. It was designed by a French chef, and is actually a very good recipe for pork shoulder. But the reason it was so easy to use for the military was because it was cooked in a can. So that's why it's so traditional in like Hawaii and Japan, places that were occupied.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So that's the spread of Spam. That's exactly how Coca-Cola was spread and a lot of the other things. So it goes with American products.
Yeah.
But the deep fried Spam, or not deep fried, but tempura is very, very light and clean. It was so good. It was really, really good. But I think his favorite thing that I always make is his nigiri. It's so good, and the eel. Oh, so good.
See, I like the ebi a lot. I don't like the shrimp and more the fully cooked. Yeah. I tried the other ones. It's about consistency and texture with me, and some of like the tuna and those pieces that just bother.
Yeah, there's sushi recipes everywhere now, especially like you go into Greece and the square mile around the mall. I think there's 5.
They're everywhere.
A couple of tricks about sushi restaurants. If you can get there when the rice has just been made, so like for instance, I went to Adam's at like 5:30 tonight. When the rice is just made, so it doesn't have a chance to plump out, so it's just been fanned. It's nice and firm in the vinegar. It's so fresh, and the fish has just been cut. It is the best you're ever going to get sushi, because sushi is really supposed to be a fresh dish that's made right on the harbor side. Yeah.
Now, do you call ahead to find out if they just did the rice? Are you that level, Dave?
Well, no, because if they're just opening, you know what's going on.
You know it's going to be That's smart.
Yeah, like I go to
how would the regular average person know this?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm giving everybody a tip out there, man. A little chef tip.
First when they open.
Yeah, it's just like if you're going to a place that like boils lobsters or clams all day long, you want to go when they're almost closed, because the water that they're boiling it is the most concentrated broth, purest broth ever.
That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So what else is new? We got a holiday coming up?
Yeah, but I went to a couple places. So
okay.
I just went to Knox before coming here.
Yeah.
I'm so happy they're reopened.
Oh, okay.
It was one of my favorite places. So I was like, yes, and it was shorter notice to get here. So glad they're open. I had the Pan's Labyrinth, which is one of my favorite movies, and it's a like cheese board and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was a little smaller than last time. I don't know, but it was still really good. And then I went out in Buffalo to the Armour Inn, and they have what everyone in Buffalo knew a certain type of pizza is from Bozana's. And like a tradition, it was just heavier. Like you get a lot of cheese, a lot of toppings. It's a thicker pizza.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's definitely like more greasier. If you're like a healthy eating diet, you want to like dab it off a little.
I like traffic lights.
I like traffic lights.
So
too.
do I.
Yeah,
So
that was
sorry.
that was just the weirdest,
I
most stupid thing that could have came on. It could have been like the weather, but I like traffic lights. Like, what was that?
That's pretty good. So is it what? It's like a thicker Sicilian style pizza?
Yeah, it is. And I took pictures. I'll post it on. I got the shrimp one, which I'm glad it's not super, super close. Like, it doesn't deliver me, because I would be eating it probably like 3 times a week.
I love shrimp pizza.
It's huge, and it's thick, and it's really fair priced.
At home, I make shrimp pizza all the time.
Yeah.
Pizza. People go away from making pizza at home a lot because they think the oven's not hot enough.
Yeah.
All you got to do is make it on a grill.
Yeah.
Stick a pizza stone on your grill and go.
Oh, yeah. I have one. I never even used it from Pampered Chef.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I went there to see Jeff, and, what did you make? Now, I got antsy when the weather was 76 degrees and was beautiful, so I definitely went out and got the grill, and I grilled.
Absolutely.
And it was my first time grilling, like, in a while on a nice day, and enjoyed it with the dogs in the yard.
Oh, yeah.
And so I did stuffed pork chops.
Good, nice.
And we had some potatoes gratin. The easy, I didn't make it from scratch. They were the easy ones from Wegmans that you can buy. People pay a lot of money to get them pre-cooked, but you can get them in the box.
Oh, why don't you just make them at home?
No, I know. I make them home frozen out of the box, and they were delicious.
I will teach you. Gratins are really easy to make. All you have to do is learn how to make a bechamel sauce and how to slice a damn potato, and you can make a gratin.
That sounds like a challenge in my life right now. And then I went and I got the Brussels sprouts from the Steam Fresh bag with the sauce on it. Just threw in the microwave, and voila! I had like a full meal.
Do you want to know what I made?
That's how I can cook. I can try to cook, but I'm more baking, which we'll talk about after a break.
You know what I made? So
I'm sure yours like.
I went out and I got
me.
there's a local meat place here called Triano's in Greece, and sometimes they have really good deals.
I've been there, yeah.
So I got the steak deal there.
Okay.
And so I got myself some sirloins, and I got a couple of fillets.
Nice.
And so I grilled those. I did a little bit of a heavier pepper coat on them, and then I made a real bordelaise because I had a little demi-glace left.
Nice.
So it's red wine, it's shallots, a little bit of demi-glace, thicken it down with butter. I need to strain it down, and so I had the demi-glace on it, and then I actually got a cast iron pan, got it really hot, and got the bagged Brussels sprouts, but they were fresh ones. Cut them in half, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of garlic, salt, and pepper.
That's effort. No.
Yeah, you let them cook in the oven for a while, and then at the end, the last of like 10 minutes, you add a little bit of a pecorino romano or a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano, and you let that bake down on them. Did that with them,
nice.
And then I did actually a twice baked potato.
Oh, yeah. I like them when they're,
Yeah.
I did buy them cheap on closeout. You know how some of the meals they discount after it doesnn't sell? Like, I'm a big buyer of the discount. So I got those too, but they're not the same.
Well, you know what was on the side of mine as well is and this is my how shall I say it? The easy recipe you can use from Aldi. Okay, so Aldi's pickles are pretty dang good. The ones in the plastic thing in the cold section, their pickles are good because they're from Germany. So like stuff like cheese and pickles there is like really good. And so once you eat all the pickles, what I do is I take mushrooms then, the cremini mushrooms, throw it in there, and in 3 days you have pickled mushrooms. It says you want a hack. That's a great hack.
What type of mushrooms again? Because I might do that. My mom's big on pickles and she likes mushrooms.
Cremini mushrooms, which are the baby bellas, the brown ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the same mushroom. It's just what they're called cremini when they're small, and they're called portobello when they grow up.
Okay, see that's
like
little
veal,
stuff
like veal and beef.
Just little stuff like that. You just want to add in what they are.
Yeah,
for people to buy. I had no idea.
Yeah, so you want to actually rinse the mushrooms for that one instead of brush them because everybody knows the sterilized medium that mushroom is that they grow in. They grow in poop. But anyway, rinse your mushrooms for that because it's got to go into a liquid. And you just throw it right into the pickle jar. If you get a good pickles, like Clausen's is fine. Yeah. You just close it up like 3 days.
My mom pickles and they're huge.
Yeah, like 3 days, done. Like zucchini and mushrooms pickle so fast. Yeah.
I could have put a duck head in the pickles. Now I think about it and scared her. Yeah, they're right all confused, but it's too late. My mom caught the head. So.
Well, you never know because I love pickled pig's feet. Grosses everybody else out.
She loves pickled pig feet.
Oh my god, it's like one of my favorite things.
Loved them. They were like really big in Holland. I know it sounds gross, but they were always in like the red and white.
No, they used to be in all the delis in Greece and stuff too.
Right.
Yeah,
they were everywhere, but we were like farm, and we're like, ew, who did this? No. And my mom's like, I love them.
Oh, I absolutely love them. I eat them and kippers. Gross my family right the hell out.
Yeah.
Oh, so we are coming up on Easter pretty soon here.
I know. I want to cut into a song break now. We are so that we can. There's a lot of Easter candy making, and
absolutely.
Easter's one of my Dingus Day is one of my favorite holidays, and we will definitely be discussing that. Easter's a nice day; it's fun, but now I'm all about one of the best drinking holidays in Buffalo.
And I'll talk to you about what I usually do with Easter, but I'm not doing it this year.
All right.
All right.
We are.
Yep. We're talking to each other now.
No, we are WRFC LP Rochester Free Radio.
And we're brought to you by Tony D's. Hello, folks. How are you? Welcome back to Upstate Eats. This is Dave.
And this is Katrina.
And we are on 106.3 Rochester Free Radio, WRFZ. And we're brought to you by Tony D's. And we are going to be talking a little bit now about the holiday coming up, and that's Easter.
Yes, it is. I'm excited.
Well, you're a candy head. So
I actually just happened to step on or sit on an earring that poked my butt. It's not even mine.
I know you were supposed to do the intro right there, and I was like, "What just happened? Where did she go? What is she doing?"
I got stabbed by an earring.
So you're a candy head. So this is like your holiday.
I love baking. I love candy making. I love all that stuff. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. One thing before I forget is I won a cotton candy machine.
Uh-huh.
So it's obviously not a huge professional one. It's the nostalgia, like ones people get for their house that you would think is a piece of garbage, like a chocolate fountain used once or twice, and it's too hard to clean or it takes up too much space.
Yeah, no, but you have to be careful with those. I have a very good friend. Her name is Laura, and her and her daughter Lily have a cotton candy machine, or should I say, had a cotton candy machine. This was literally last week. I'm gonna have to show you. I'll post a picture on it. Don't leave them running and go upstairs and like read a book or something and come back down because you should have seen this thing. It looked like a space shuttle crash. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll post it up. You gotta be careful with stuff like that.
Yeah. No, that's good to know, so I don't smoke and go in the room and forget about it or get in the shower.
She got there on time. It didn't burn her house down or anything, but the whole front of her cabinets was black from the smoke and stuff.
Oh, God. That's like what happened to me in the candle.
Well, because what she did was she put the sugar in and then went upstairs. No, that stuff's going to become carbon.
You got to watch because we were making it with Jolly Ranchers and Warheads. So when you throw them in, you got to make sure you stop it from twirling or spinning because then it shoots right back at your face.
Napalm, caramel and things like that are like napalm. it will really, candy baking's dangerous sometimes.
So they were, everyone was asking like, what are you gonna do with this? Like all right, I don't have kids, I'll just chuck it. Yeah. And I'm like, and they're like, what did you make? And I pause and I'm thinking gourmet chef style. I'm like, well, I was thinking cinnamon red hots and have a cinnamon cotton candy, an apple pie, maybe take a Fireball whiskey and merge it in with like some type of vanilla frosting. And everyone looked at me like, when are you making? And I'm like, and to top it off, maybe a bourbon like ice cream they're making. And everyone's like, oh my God, where is this?
I just saw an article. Did you post it? Or I saw another article. A coffee house, upscale coffee house, they make a cotton candy.
No, I didn't
and
see
they
that.
Put it over the hot coffee and it melts in.
I seen alcohol beverages at nightclubs in Vegas and stuff like that.
That do that too.
That was cool.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't even think about that. But
I know.
yeah, it's an untapped. I mean, it's like way to do it. I'm definitely gonna keep it for a bet.
Yeah.
Also, the Jolly Ranchers, when they go around the end and they stick, like they break off. Oh my God, you just want to eat all the leftovers out of the container.
Burn your tongue off.
They're so good. But yeah, and so I want to do that a little bit. I'm going to add more for Easter, but I plan on using them like bunny tails in a little bit, kind of adding some flair, and hopefully no one gets it wet right away, but we'll see. Yeah, I enjoyed that. And then sponge candy I made with the Caro syrup, and you need 2 people to help pour it in.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
With the timers. Yeah, I'm into the hard stuff. You know, you say some of this food stuff, I'm like, I'm not going to cut potatoes. I'm too lazy. No, but then I'll make all the tiny little cupcakes and all the details.
Yeah.
Haystacks of Reese's peanut butter. You melt it down, and then you put just like the little... I forget what they're called. I just blanked. The Chinese, like, little crunchy stuff you get. The romaine noodles.
Oh, you mean lo mein noodles?
Lo mein, yeah. Like
no.
They're in the blue container, and you can eat, like, the whole can of it, like nothing.
Yeah, no. They're, God, no, I've just forgotten.
I know. I'm like, it's blue. I can point out where it is in the grocery store.
Chow mein noodles.
Chow mein noodles.
Chow mein noodles,
yes. Those ones. And then I added some, like, little stuff, like eggs and things around it, so it's, like, little grass and
that's
huts
good.
and, the normal things, but typical. I like using coconut oil better than using shortening like Crisco with melting the chocolate, and I make sure I get like Godiva actually when I do it.
Well, because coconut oil is very stable. Mm-hmm. If you use cocoa oil the cocoa solid oil, that's like a little expensive, but it's very stable.
Yeah, I got the better one too. It just is smoother. It tastes better and is healthier for you.
Yeah. But I'm sorry.
Then a whole giant scoop of Crisco. I
just told a joke in my head, so now I have to say it out loud. If you ever remember the old Saturday Night Live skit when they used to have from the Neville brothers, Errol Neville on, and be like cocoa butter. Right. So, what is your favorite Easter candies then?
Okay, I'm not a huge chocolate person.
Yeah.
So it's mix and match, but I do like chocolate covered raisins, which I have not made yet, and I like white chocolate better. Orange chocolate, here and there, but I hate dark chocolate.
Really?
I'm not even in, like, if you give me a whole chocolate bunny, I'd maybe pull a piece of the ears off, and I would eat the candy eyes and the little flower details and give it to, like, a kid.
Like, dark chocolate's like the only kind of chocolate that I really eat.
Well, that's the healthy right one that you should eat.
Well, you know what you use it in? Chili. It's really good. Just add a little of the chili.
I have heard that.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah. But I actually like, my favorite candy is actually dark chocolate covered Swedish fish. It gives the Swedish fish a whole another dimension.
Yeah, I never thought of that. I had chocolate covered Swedish fish, but you know what? Since I was a kid too, I really like Cadbury eggs. The mini eggs,
yeah.
And I like the cream eggs. And then I saw this recipe for it. It was like a cream egg pecan loaf thing. And I asked my friend from Adiamo Takeout and stuff in Buffalo, Keith Wilson. He's been on the show before too. And I said, "Can you just make me this as a cheesecake?" I'm like, I want a Cadbury cream egg cheesecake, and I'm like, and I want it with the peeps that are Pepsi. So I'm like, people were saying like, why did they call them Peepsies, like Pepsi but Peepsies?
I have no idea why. I have no idea
Coke,
why.
and there's so many names.
Well, here's the thing though. The Cadbury cream eggs. It's the mouthfeel that gets me. It's the mouthfeel that gets me. I don't like the mouthfeel. I mean, well, I usually should, but
I don't like the full egg. It's like too much and too sweet. But they have like little 12 packs of the mini Cadbury cream eggs.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, and I live right by a chocolate shop, and it's been busy for like weeks, and it's kind of annoying because of the
traffic.
Traffic, yeah, because everybody at once can't go in, and then so it's traffic.
With COVID and
absolutely. But it's good to see that Easter is coming back. So, are you a traditional Easter ham family? Do you do lamb?
Okay, we used to go to the buffets. We do not do lamb. We used to go to the buffets, and it was like Samuel's Grand Manor and place in Buffalo, and you had a mix of everything because we didn't really eat ham as kids.
Yeah.
We still don't. We lived on a farm, and Babe and Gordy, those poor animals being abused, movies going to slaughter, kind of, messed it up at that age.
Oh,
so, yeah. Now I started eating stuff like that, but it's like as an adult, I'm like stuff I just wouldn't eat. I am. But, so that, and she got married to extremely Polish family. And he makes pierogies and everything from scratch.
Absolutely.
And like a tradition.
It's the only way to make them. Yeah.
Yeah, like all the way, and that's their thing. And they've been adding different flavors, like the stuffed pepper one. Since pierogies have, they've, changed.
They really
definitely grew and grew. At times they evolved. That's what I was saying.
Well, they evolved along the lines in the market with the raviolis.
Yep.
Once people realized the things you could do with raviolis, they're like, well, pierogies is basically a bigger dumpling.
No, it is. It's true.
Pasta, yeah. So.
And they're just more and more popular. I mean, I you know what? Maybe it's because Buffalo we're like larger in that population, and with Dingus Day and the Broadway Market and all this stuff, and just seeing it. But there's like beef on wick pierogies. There's just there's pizza ones even.
See, my favorite pierogi is just a very simple one. It's the mushroom and potato. I really
I don't usually like the mushroom one. I like the potato and cheese as the basic.
Yeah, because you can use all different types of mushrooms in them now, and if you make Joe Robuchon's mashed potatoes to put in with the mushrooms. I mean, but my aunt, she's Ukrainian, so she makes a very similar to pierogies.
Yep.
And they are a pain in the butt to make.
No, I combine
just like cabbage
them all
rolls.
too, because like I said, with Ukrainian for years,
Yeah.
Polish, all that stuff.
Yeah,
This is our
absolutely.
holiday. Not a lot of any of the Italian stuff. We didn't do like the seven.
The seven fishes for
fish,
that's
yeah,
Christmas. Yeah.
Just those traditions. We never did some of that.
Well,
stuff, so.
I mean, and one of the things that is traditional is lamb, and the reason why is because it comes from the European Christianity, which is I know your family's from Central Europe, so I was wondering if you were Christmas lamb people too.
No, my mom doesn't eat anything that was a cute animal.
Oh, I know.
She's basically a vegan.
I don't really eat goat. I eat a lot of
deer. There's nothing like that.
I eat a lot of pig because they would eat you. I mean,
I've seen that. We all watched.
There's a famous soldier's account from the end of the Battle of Shiloh, and it's actually in Ken Burns' Civil War.
The Civil War one.
Where the pigs are eating the wounded people alive.
It's just that.
So get them before they get you. That's why I think I eat shark and gator too. So you know what? You're gonna eat me. I'm gonna eat you. Skulls of my enemies.
Right? Yeah. No, that's.
But I usually this year we're having it over my wife's mother's.
Okay.
So she's making ham and stuff. She doesn't want anybody messing with her stuff in the kitchen because I'll literally make my own ham from scratch. I will go out and get the cut from the leg. And
Are you at least polite? You don't compete with her and try to show you make the better.
No. That's why I'm not bringing it because she would shank me in the back of the neck. Well, yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, I don't think you should do that.
I am bringing some zucchini alla francese, zucchini French, and I'm making a pot roast. I'm gonna make a meat pie, a British meat pie out of it. I'm bringing that, and that's it.
Okay.
yeah. That's all I'm bringing. Not messing with anything else.
Yeah. So, what I'm doing is I'm going to the boyfriend's and I'm going to my sister's.
Yeah.
So it'll be traditional, like Polish type stuff.
Yeah.
I'm bringing Easter baskets for the kids, and they'll have the hunt.
Good.
And that. Are you doing anything with your kids?
No.
Do they still do baskets? My parents make us, but they graduated onto adult baskets.
Oh, my kids are like, yeah, just give me a card. I won't even read it, and then give me some Fortnite money or something.
My parents hide it. We still have to hunt, even in our 30s. And so as adults, like for the boyfriends and with us, their husbands, they hide craft beers and mini shots in the yard.
Okay.
And then all the adults are out there looking for them. And
half the time it's during a blizzard.
Well, that's what I was saying to someone else. But the North Towns in Buffalo area, they never had that. In the South Towns, like, no, I remember snowsuits looking for Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So they did it in the house too. But my dad would get too intense, and he'd go in the back of where all the dishes are in the cupboard, and he'd lift one and put an egg under it,
and then forget it was there, and then 6 months later.
Yeah, and then you got a bunch of adult kids drunk searching for mini shots, ready to rip the house apart. Isn't really the best idea.
The good dishes. No, I mean I always really and as I said, I come from a partially British family and then a partially Italian family, so you always got to do the baked pastas.
What is the cookie? I had it from my ex. They were Sicilian. It's like a bread type cookie with an egg in it.
Oh,
a decorated
yeah.
egg. That's a Sicilian thing.
Yeah, was it you talking about St. Joseph's bread? Is that what you're talking about? Or?
I don't know. It's always at Easter.
Yeah, no,
it's like an egg and it's like a small little bread thing.
They actually had that over at, I forgot what the name of it is because I don't really eat a lot of the sweet stuff, and I forgot what the name of it was.
I just know that's a big tradition.
But they had it over at Bakery Street on Park Avenue the other day when I was going to get bread.
Yeah.
But I always do a lasagna, some kind of lasagna. But the important thing about doing a lasagna is just don't put hamburger in it. If you're gonna do a lasagna, actually braise your meat and put it in like you're making a good, like you're making a good sauce or something. You don't have to get cheap with it. But the thing
not
that
like a Swanson TV dinner lasagna.
No, but it always drives me.
Gary and I are missing out.
I know. Hamburger is good for a lot of things, but not for lasagna or ragu.
Okay.
I mean, come on, just go out and get a cheap cut of meat. It's gonna break down. It's gonna be much more delicious. You know what I mean? But one of the things that I'm gonna be doing with the kids, it's a really traditional kind of thing from Central Italy around this time, is I'm going to be doing a cannelloni, but I'm going to be doing a different cannelloni because cannelloni is a rolled pasta that's filled with the cheese, But actually, one of the original dishes that's more ancient doesn't even use pasta; it uses crepes. And so it's a very simple dish. It'll sound really complex for me right now, but it's a very simple dish. You make a crepe batter like you find online, and use my trick. It's so hard to make crepes in one pan, isn't it? You ever try?
I never made them.
They're a pain to flip. So all you do is you use a smaller pan and a bigger pan. You keep them both on. You pour it one side. You just flip it into the bigger pan. 2-pan method.
That makes sense.
Flip it out. Flip it in. Flip it out. Flip it out. Like 100 crepes done in no time.
That would have helped when I worked at Denny's, just trying to make the egg.
Yeah.
You had to keep tossing and catch it. It was like a nightmare.
Yeah, just another pan, and then you
So
flip it out.
many.
It's so simple. I've never seen anybody else do that. I think I might have thought of that.
You might have.
But then so you just take your ricotta cheese, and one of the secrets is when you're filling something with ricotta cheese, shells or anything like stuffed shells or like lasagna and stuff, is if you just use the plain ricotta like it is, and then you bake it, it's gonna get grainy. You always got to whip an egg in it.
Yeah.
You whip an egg in it, and then it's just a little parsley. You fill them, and you just bake them off with the cheese and whatever meat sauce you use.
Okay.
Bang, and it's a very, very traditional cannelloni. They hold up to bite. They don't fall apart. And that's usually how I make my cannellonis. And a lot of people do a seafood cannelloni like that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So, any other traditional dishes you love? I know you love the pierogies.
It's all the same stuff, like the typical Polish things you get everywhere. So I don't have to really go into a lot of detail.
Yeah, you get the cabbage rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. So I love it. I'll be happy. And so I'm excited. I don't know exactly what's going on because it's not the same anymore because COVID. But Dingus Day is Easter Monday. So it follows it, and it celebrates the end of the observance of Lent and the joy of Easter.
Yes.
So it's a big drinking holiday in Buffalo and in Cleveland, where we are the biggest populations and
large populations.
Yeah, large. And there's really not that many. Like, people celebrate it. Like, I'd be up in Rochester, and people had no idea what it was.
Oh, yeah, here in Rochester, nobody's going to know. A lot of people have no idea what Dingus Day is, unless they went to college in Buffalo.
That is true.
Then they absolutely know what Dingus Day is. Or if, like me, they played rugby, so they'd be up there like, oh, yeah, we're going to Dingus Day.
Yeah, we haven't even mentioned, I just thought about it. So, a lot of it is involved as a celebration and the occasion eat all the Polish foods, pierogies, kielbasa, stuffed cabbage, ham, eggs, breads, and lamb-shaped butter.
The butter lamb.
The butter lamb.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was thinking because I'm so used to them, it's not in all areas.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like weird stuff like that. The butter lamb. Like, who started making their lambs of butter? I
don't know. Yeah, we got a bunch, and my sister's got like butter lamb pillows, and it's like in all the Buffalo stores of those like little like buffalo wings, and so on top of it, like that's a big. She usually has a float, and she gets her nails done all Dingus Day style.
Yeah.
And it starts like it's the guys run around squirting the girls. It's called Wet Monday with the super soakers, and then the girls chasing the guys back. Yeah, with the branches of pussy willows.
Yeah.
And it was usually like great Polish music, dancing. It's just a fun, like especially when you're trashed, it's just great. You're like, woo!
Yeah, it probably won't be. It'll probably be pretty sedate this year.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like that with COVID or anything. Yeah, and I'm not drinking, so.
Yeah, if they're not doing St. Patrick's Day, they're not doing Dingus Day.
No, at least we're supposedly still doing Lilac Festival.
Yeah, we are, and actually though, it's a lot toned down. There's not gonna be any bands.
Yeah.
For me, it's okay though because I enjoy the Lilac Festival.
It's better than nothing.
No, because I'm a professor. I enjoy it during the day. Like during the week, during the day. Just when it's open and there's hardly anybody there.
I did it during the day.
Yeah, it's great during the day.
I think I did it because I was going with kids.
Yeah.
And the one time my friend wasn't thinking, and she brought her 2.5-year-old into the middle of the music and the band group, it was Send Me On My Way, Rusted Root.
Right. Well, of
and
course,
she's like, all of a sudden, everyone's high and they're spilling beer, and her kid, I'm like, you're the one bringing a kid out to this. They're looking at you thinking you're an idiot, not you the other way.
Well, none of us are going to be used to these crowds anymore. You know, when I was a kid, I would deliver pizza, and I had to deliver a pizza to the middle of Rochester Jazz Fest once during the last night. It was like 60,000 people packed together. I got a pizza.
Jazz
Drunk
Fest.
people reach for my pizza, like, boo, 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 get out of my pizza.
There's some issues and conflicts with that one this year, right? I thought I saw that.
They're going to have it at RIT.
Yeah,
they moved
RIT.
and the people who are local are like upset about it or something.
Yeah, no, I know, but
I know. I just I'm not from the area, and I remember.
What I'm looking forward to is that maybe everything will be taken care of enough that we can have the Pride Fest on Park Avenue, because it's really become our kind of our neighborhood. It's become our neighborhood. I mean, Park Ave Fest is great, in August, but it's not really the neighborhood festival anymore. Really, it's just a big, huge festival that people from all around come to. But really, the Park Avenue Festival is now the Pride Fest. It really is.
It is in that area, and Rochester has a very large gay population, which is friendly, and that's what it's known for. So
the music is way better than any other parade I've ever heard.
The outfits, the ideas, if you're looking for Pride stuff, they have a bunch at PetSmart.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I love my mommies. I love my daddies. For dogs.
Yeah, you didn't put that in there. That sounded really, really bad.
I'm sorry.
Well, I got my collar at PetSmart, but anyway.
Oops.
Wait, I have my dog in my hand, and she's a medium-sized dog. I need an extra large collar for my dog. Your dog doesn't have a dog. Give me an extra large collar.
My 10-pound dog is considered medium in dog. That's why I knew what you were going to say. I'm like, no, I know, yeah. My 4-pound dog is like a small.
No, that, as I said, though, Chew.com is great.
Oh, no, it is. So, all right. Well, we will be on next week with a whole special show on pot.
Yes, folks.
Cannabis.
How about just as an aside, just to tease everybody, how comprehensive this bill is. We get Amsterdam's laws in our bill along with all the rest of the states. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, no, I'm floored. But you know what? Then everyone now loves Como again. I'm not into politics, but all the posts went from hate, complaints, all this politics are like, we can smoke weed. It's like it brought back New York State.
33 to 37% of the population.
Yeah,
so
and
we're
then
not,
eventually, all your dealers are small business owners.
Yeah, and the licensing is not going to be that bad. It's a great law.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about it next time.
Yes, because we just couldn't cover like a 10-minute session of it.
Yeah.
So. Happy holidays, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm Katrina Lee.
And I'm David Hughes.
And this is Upstate Eats, sponsored by Tony D's in Rochester. And listen to us on YouTube or check us out on Facebook, Upstate Eats, YouTube, Upstate Eats.
All right. Bye, folks.